Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we are gonna see about how to create a authentication with Firebase. So let's get started. Now, what we are going to do is we have to import our we have to include our Flutter Firebase package. So Firebase Auth is the package for enabling the auth features in Firebase in our Flutter. We have to add it in our spec.yaml. So I'll just add here. Okay, Bucket running. So once we done that, yeah, it's done. Once it's done, we have to import our package here. Just import it, and we have to add another package too. Like we have to import another package too here. Package that is Firebase core. So here we go. Okay, so once we imported this, we have to initialize our Firebase in our Flutter application in our main file, Firebase dot initialize app. Okay, since it's a future function, you have to put await here. Call as synchronous. Okay, done. So we have initialized our Firebase in our Flutter application now. Now inside our home page, we'll be doing our UI thing here, and for Firebase service, I will just create a. So for Firebase authentication, I will just create a separate file here. Firebase helper, we'll just call it. So we'll create a helper method for our Firebase authentication. I'll just create a function. Okay, I'm going to take two arguments here. Email, and another one is a password. Okay, first we'll initiate our Firebase auth instance here. Yeah, we have created our instance here, and inside this function, we'll sign in with our email and password. We'll be returning our user credential from our Firebase auth dot sign in with there's a function called sign in with email and password. So inside this, just pass our email and password here, and we have make this into our asynchronous function. Okay, and then we'll just put our return function as user credential. Will be returning this from here. User credential. Oops. So it's a future function. Okay, so we have created our sign in with email password function here. We'll create a UI now. I'll be creating a widget for input field. I'm gonna take a parameter called one is a title, and another one is a hint text, and I'm gonna get a controller here. Okay, instead of will be turning a column. So instead of column, I'm gonna give a style for it. Okay, after give a text field here. We'll be setting our controller. After that, there's a decoration. Will be a hint text. Just pass our hint text. Okay. So inside our column, I will be calling our input field widget. Just copy paste it here. We'll give some space in between. Okay. Here we'll be giving an email. Please enter your email. Okay. So first we'll create a controller here for both email and password. Text editing controller. We'll change the name email controller. Password controller. Okay, I'm gonna pass it here. The first one is a email thing, so just pass email controller here. Okay, likewise, we'll change this password. Please enter your password. We'll pass password controller. Okay, we'll give some space here. Okay, I'm giving 20 here. We'll be calling our button here, which is better button. Gives name as a sign in. Okay, so we'll see the output now. So yeah, here I am having a Android emulator. So just make the UI looks good. I'm gonna call a cross-axis alignment with start. Okay, no, not here. Okay, and we'll be giving a padding here. Wrap with container. I'm gonna give a margin here. So yeah, okay. And we'll call our Firebase auth helper function here on press of the button. Just import our class here. Instead of Firebase helper, we'll be calling our sign in with email password method. So inside this, our email controller text, and as well as for our password, yeah, okay. So now we'll get another screen here, like home screen. We'll import the material package. Okay, after that we'll create a stateful widget called home screen. Okay, so we'll use a scaffold here. So inside that, today I'll just put a container here. Text home screen. I'll just change this into welcome home. We'll get a value from our first screen here by using a constructor. We'll be passing our user credential object here. Okay, make it a final. Okay, so inside this welcome home, I'll just print a value of the logged in user email. Credential dot no user email. Yeah, okay. Now we will be getting a user credential object from our helper class. Make this as asynchronous. Okay. So if credential dot user not equal to null, so inside this, I'm just navigating to our home screen here. And push, we'll be giving our route here called material page route. Okay, we'll be calling our home screen here. Yeah, and we have passed our user credential object to here. Okay, and we'll restart the app now. So yeah, it's restarted. So far we have implemented for sign in method here. Now we'll create a method for creating account in our Firebase. We'll make another method inside our Firebase helper class. So this is also gonna be returning our user credential. So we'll name it a create account. So our argument will be same as above one, email and password. Okay, so inside our function, we'll be creating our user credential object. So by using our Firebase auth instance, we'll be create user with email and password. We'll be using this function, and it will create a account for us in Firebase, and it will be returning the user credential. Okay, so we have created a function to create an account, and yeah, so inside our main, so here we'll use a try catch here. So if some user is not found, it will be throwing a exception here. We will be handling those exception by using try catch here. So I'll be printing here user not found. Okay, it's all good now. And in input field, we will also do like this. I'm gonna take one extra optional parameter. Is initially it will be a false. So inside our text field, subscript text is subscript. Okay. So for password, we'll be calling this optional parameter and setting it true. Yeah. Now we will see if I type email. So password won't be shown. Yeah. So yeah, cool. So if I hit a sign in button, you can see the console. So user not found. The exception has occurred since we haven't created any user yet. So it will throw the exception. So we have handled the exception here. So now we'll create a register page. So inside this, importing material dot. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna call a scaffold. So this is gonna be as same as like we have an sign in screen. So we'll just copy this. You can also like make a common function like as a separator file, but for now I'll just copy pasting that here in the same function here. Just import it. So we need to copy this controller too. So we'll just import our Firebase helper class. And after we have created, we'll just pop our screen now. Navigator pop. So it will be popping our screen after the. So here you have to change our function to create account. So after this function is executed successfully, we'll be just popping our screen. And inside this, we'll just print a failed. Okay. So inside our main function, we'll have another button called register. I'll wrap this with a row. Main axis. This. Okay, I'll be using the same elevator button. So here we will be only navigating screen to our register page. Yeah, we have navigated, and this will be a register. Okay, now we'll just click the register button. So it's going inside this. We'll give an app bar to our register screen here. Then only it looks nice. Yeah, okay, now it's looks good. So inside our register page, I have to change this to register. Register now. So yeah, it's good. We'll try to run this register. Siva@gmail.com. Password will be our password. So if I hit the register now button, as you can see, it's just popped the screen. So after creation of our account, you can see it in our Firebase console. Like here, if you open your console here, like inside the authentication tab, you can see the registered user here. So right now we have registered, we have created a one user here, and you can log in with the user credential like siva@gmail.com, and password is a password. And if I hit a sign in button, you can see it navigates to our home screen, and so that text is very small. It's in the upper, so I'll just make that center. Okay, as you can see, the welcome home siva@gmail.com. So this is the account we have logged in now. So we have got the user credential also, and we have just passed to our home screen, and we have printed there. So this is how you can create your user account with email and password in Firebase, uh, and you can also create a user account with a lot of other things which is defined inside our sign in method in our Firebase console, like Google Play Games, Facebook, Twitter. You can also choose what are all the social medias you want to use as authentication. You can use it by using Firebase easily. So here we'll create a method for signing with Google. So yeah, so here I have created a method for signing with Google. So just we have already defined our own. So we'll just use that. Let me start. So yeah, so here I've just created for a user credential object that will be returning from sign in with credential method, Firebase method, and I'm just initializing the Google sign in package here, like I have instantiated the method now, and after that I will be just calling the sign in method in a Google sign in plugin. So after that, if the sign-in account is not equal null, I will be just calling the sign-in authentication with the same Google sign-in account. And after it, I am just logging with those credentials in our Firebase Google Log provider using the access token and the user ID token. So after that, we will be getting a user credential from our Firebase sign-in credential method. So we will be returning that user credential here. So I'll be catching those exceptions here. So yeah, this is the sign in with Google method. We'll just call it in our main. So inside our on first sign in with Google method, we'll just call our sign in with Google method. And if the user credential is not equal to null, I will just push the user to our home screen with our user credential. So we'll run it now. So there's a button called sign in with Google. If I pressed it, so it will automatically take us into our home screen. So since I have already logged in, yeah, see, welcome home sivaram@gmail.com. So this is my mail address. So it's got worked correctly, and we'll implement a logout in our home page now. Okay, we'll implement the logout method in our Firebase helper. Sign out. Yeah, okay. We'll just call this method in our home screen, and just put a column here. We have to give our main access center. Okay, and below text, we'll just hit a elevator button. And our child is a text called sign out. Okay, so inside our sign out on pressed button, we'll just call our Firebase helper class, be calling our sign out function here. So after that, we'll just pop the screen to our login page. We'll put a wait since this is a future function. Okay, if I click a sign out method, so it got popped out to our login screen. So if I click the sign in with Google method, it will ask us to choose the account. So if I choose the account, so it will take us into our home screen with our, we have got our user credentials here. So if I click a sign out, so it will goes to our login page again. So yeah, this is how it works, guys. And for Google sign-in method for web, we have to do it in a different way. So I have just checked the condition. If the platform is a web, I'm just using the Google Auth provider, and we can use only Google Auth provider to make a sign in with Google in Flutter Web, and this line won't be this line won't be working in our mobile platforms like iOS and Android. So we have to check the condition before it. I've just checked the platform is a web or not. So if it's a web, just use the auth provider which is in Google sign in, and after that use a we have created a auth provider here. By using auth provider, you can directly use a Firebase auth instance with the sign in with pop-up. You will just pass the auth provider here, and you will be getting a user credential here. You just assign the user credential here, and we will be already returning the user here. So we'll check it in our Flutter web now in website. So here I have just run our project as a web server. It's a localhost and given a port called 8080. So if I open a web, as you can see, it's running in our it's the same code which is running in our web. If we click a sign in with Google button, the pop-up will be appearing. The list of Google accounts will be shown here. You can choose among any of this one. I'll just choose one. So once you choose, it will redirect into in our home screen, and you can click sign out here. Yeah, it will take us into our login screen. So in our Firebase console, you can also see the another one user has added by using a Google sign in method. So this two is like we have already created with the email and password. So yeah, this is how the authentication works in Firebase with Flutter. And one important thing, if you are going to implement a Google sign-in method, make sure you have given the SHA key in your project file, like inside our Android app. So make sure that you have given a SHA certificate fingerprints key here. So then only the Google sign-in will be working in our Flutter Android app. And I will also give the source code in a description. I have just uploaded the code in GitHub, and I'll just share the repo in description. You can check it out. So that's all for the today's video, guys. We'll see you in next video. So stay tuned.